Hey guys, welcome to the latest edition of the Muir Reflection. John from the John Muir Show here. And in one U.S. state, 13 cities and one county have voted to put in place zoning codes that encourage, or in some cases require, all electric new construction, which means that no gas stove hookups would be allowed. And they're saying that this is being done to fight global warming, to combat the climate crisis that we're all going through. What state do you think that's in? It's Wyoming. No, I'm just kidding. The people of Wyoming are way too smart for that. Of course, this is taking place in far left California. This is actually happening. You have 13 municipalities and one county that have voted to put in place these zoning codes that in some cases require people to have all electric new construction. No gas stove hookups are allowed, and they're saying all of this is being done to fight global warming, climate change, climate crisis, whatever the hell they're calling it these days. All right, first of all, the climate crisis that we keep hearing about from so many folks on the left, it remains to this day a total hoax. Again, I just said the word global warming. It used to be global warming. That's what Al Gore and all his buddies on the left were talking about, that global warming, it's an existential threat. It's going to end the world. And it turned out that none of their global warming predictions actually came true. So instead of admitting that they were wrong, admitting that it was a lie, a hoax all along, those folks on the left decided to pivot, and they went from talking about global warming to talking about climate change. And as I've noted so often, yes, the climate does change. The climate does not stay 100% stagnant at all times. Thus, even the most minor change is technically, yes, climate change. But it doesn't mean that anything nefarious is taking place. It's not like there's actually a climate crisis like a lot of these folks on the left are claiming. I mean, that's just a total crock when they tell you it's a climate crisis. That's global warming 2.0 right there. And you know how global warming 1.0 worked out for these people. They were lying then, and they're lying now when it comes to this climate crisis. Case in point, they keep saying that the world's going to end in, 12 years? If the world's going to end in 12 years, from the time the first leftist said the world's going to end in 12 years, shouldn't we have started counting down? Shouldn't it have been, okay, now it was 12 years last year, now we're going to talk about it again, okay, now it's 11 years and so on. It always stays at 12 years because, of course, then they can continue to say that the climate crisis is still 12 years away from ending the world, and, the day that the world ends will never come because it's always going to be 12 years away. So they can keep reciting all this phony crap year after year after year after year, even after the initial 12 years are long gone. So no, there's not actually a climate crisis that's taking place. It's just a bunch of crap that's been manufactured by folks on the left. When it comes to the part about saying that folks have to have all electric new construction, about how no gas stove hookups will be allowed, this isn't the first time that folks on the left have tried doing something like this. The common pattern here is that for these folks on the left who claim to be the noble people who are fighting the climate crisis, they always put policies in place that dictate the lives of average Americans. They tell you what sort of appliances you could have in your kitchen. They tell you how often it is that you can have the lights on in your house, when it is that you can run your washer and your dryer. They always make all these policies that dictate how you, the average American, lives your life, and they really inconvenience you in the process. They take away a lot of your freedoms and your decision-making in the process as well. They're so fast to do that. They'll tell you, the average American, how you need to live your life. But if a lot of these leftist elites are so concerned about global warming or the climate crisis, why aren't they doing anything to change their own behavior? Why are so many of these people still going and, riding on their big private yachts? Why are these individuals flying private when they go places? I mean, if they're so concerned about the environment and the climate crisis, shouldn't they be actually changing their behavior so that they could be more environmentally friendly? Of course they should if they were actually serious about this. But again, there's nothing serious about this climate crisis. So for these folks on the left, they're perfectly fine telling you how to live your life, making you feel like you're a bad person for for having the lights on when you're eating dinner with your family at night, but then they go flying on a private jet and act like it's no big deal, even though what they're doing is so much worse for the environment than anything that you and your fellow average Americans do. I mean, it's total hypocrisy. I can do whatever I want. I'm the leftist elite. Oh, and also I'm going to tell you how to live your life, and you can't have modern conveniences. I mean, there is no reason why anyone should be listening to these people. And fortunately, a lot of people aren't. Thank goodness a lot of people are getting the hell out of the state of California because, look, this is what happens when you give today's Democrat Party full control of the government. You end up with California, where people's lives are being entirely controlled by the government, and the place is going to hell. And you know what? If you put Democrats, today's Democrat Party, in charge at the federal level, in Washington, D.C. as well, the same crap that's destroying California will destroy the entire United States of America. I, for one, want that crap to be kept in California, not spreading throughout the rest of the country, where a hell of a lot of us have a hell of a lot more sense than a lot of those folks out in California do who are running that state. That's all the time that we have for today. More of the John Muir Show each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till next time, I'm out.